Vian had known Heeseung for almost as long as she could remember. He was her older brother's best friend, which meant he had practically grown up in her house. He knew where everything was in the kitchen, knew her favorite snacks, and never missed a chance to tease her. To Vian, he had always been the annoying boy who stole food from her plate and made fun of her whenever she got embarrassed. Heeseung had become quieter around her. Sometimes she would catch him looking at her, and the moment their eyes met, he would quickly look away. One evening, Vian was sitting on the sofa watching a movie when Heeseung walked in the house. Her brother was still upstairs, so Heeseung dropped onto the sofa beside her. Heeseung, you are watching this again? Vian, yes, I like it. Heeseung, you have watched it 5 times. Vian, and I'll watch it 6 times if I want. Heeseung laughed and reached over to steal a piece of popcorn from her bowl. Vian, hey, that's mine. Heeseung, everyone in this house is basically mine too. Vian rolled her eyes, but she could not stop herself from smiling. Heeseung noticed the smile and stared at her for a second longer than usual. Vian, why are you looking at me? Heeseung, nothing. Before she could ask again, her brother finally came downstairs. The three of them spent the rest of the evening together. A few days later, Heeseung suddenly asked Vian to meet him alone at a quiet cafe. She was confused because he usually just came over to see her brother. Vian, why did you ask me to meet you alone? Heeseung looked nervous, which was unusual for him. Heeseung, I need a favor. Vian, what kind of favor? Heeseung took a breath before looking directly into her eyes. Heeseung, I want you to be my fake girlfriend. Vian stared at him in complete shock before laughing. Vian, you are joking. Heeseung, I am not. He explained that his family had been constantly trying to set him up with someone. They had an upcoming family event and he wanted to finally stop interfering. He needed someone he trusted, someone who could convince them that he was already happily dating someone. Vian, and you thought of me? Heeseung, you're the only person I could ask. Vian, what about my brother? Heeseung, he would probably kill me. Vian laughed again, but Heeseung remained serious. Heeseung, please, just for a little while. After thinking about it, Vian finally agreed. They made a few simple rules. They would act like a couple in front of everyone, but once they were alone, everything would go back to normal. At least that was the plan. Their first fake appearance together was at Heeseung's family event. Heeseung arrived at Vian's house to pick her up, and when she walked downstairs wearing a simple dress, his expression changed completely. Heeseung, you look beautiful. Vian felt her cheeks heat up. Vian, you don't have to say things like that. We are pretending. Heeseung, I know. But the way he looked at her made her wonder if he really meant it. When they arrived at the family event, Heeseung immediately held her hand. His family welcomed them warmly, and several people smiled when they saw them together. Whenever someone asked about their relationship, Heeseung answered confidently while keeping Vian close to him. Vian tried to stay calm, but having everyone to watch them made her nervous. At one point, she quietly leaned toward him. Ryan, everyone keeps looking at us. Heeseung smiled softly. Heeseung, then let's give them something to believe. He gently placed one hand around her waist and leaned closer. He paused for a moment, giving her enough time to move away. When she stayed, he softly kissed her. It was brief and sweet, but it left Ryan completely speechless. Heeseung slowly pulled away. Ryan, you could have warned me. Heeseung smiled. Heeseung, would you have let me? Ryan looked away, trying to hide her blush. Ryan, maybe. Heeseung laughed softly and took her hand again. Heeseung, then I'll remember that. As they walked back toward his family, neither of them noticed how different everything had suddenly become. Their fake relationship had only just started, but both of them were already beginning to wonder if pretending would be much harder than they expected. After that first kiss, everything between Ryan and Heeseung became strangely different. They still called their relationship fake, but their actions did not feel fake anymore. Heeseung held her hand more often, sat closer to her whenever they were around his family, and always found an excuse to keep her beside him. Even Bayan had started looking forward to their fake couple appearances more than she wanted to admit. He arrived at her house to pick her up, and when Ryan came downstairs wearing a simple but pretty outfit, Heeseung immediately smiled. Heeseung, you look really pretty. Ryan, you said that last time. Heeseung, because you look pretty all the time. Ryan smiled and walked toward him. Heeseung held out his hand and she placed hers in it. Neither of them noticed how naturally they had started holding hands anymore. When they arrived at the gathering, Heeseung stayed close to Ryan the entire time. His family greeted them happily, clearly believing that their relationship was becoming more serious. Heeseung kept one hand gently around hers while talking to everyone, occasionally leaning closer to whisper something that made Ryan smile. For everyone else, they looked like a happy couple. Whenever someone asked how long they had been together, he answered confidently. He even remembered the small details about Ryan that made everyone believe that they were a real couple. Later, while they were sitting together, a man from Heeseung's family approached Ryan and started talking to her. He was friendly, but Heeseung immediately became quiet. His eyes followed them as they laughed together. When the man finally left, Ryan looked at him. Ryan, were you jealous? Heeseung, no. Ryan, you definitely were. Heeseung leaned closer with a small smile. Heeseung, maybe I don't like other guys making you laugh. Ryan's heart skipped. Ryan, but I'm your fake girlfriend. Heeseung, I know. He paused before gently brushing a strand of hair away from her face. Heeseung, that's the problem. Ryan didn't know what to say. After the event, they went outside and stood beneath the quiet night sky. Ryan finally gathered enough courage to ask the question that had been bothering her. Ryan, Heeseung, are you sure this is still fake? Heeseung looked at her for a long moment. Heeseung, What do you mean? Ryan, you keep looking at me differently. You get jealous. You kiss me when nobody is even watching. Sometimes I feel like she stopped, embarrassed. Heeseung, like what? Ryan, like you actually like me. Heeseung smiled softly. He stepped closer and gently held both of her hands. Heeseung, I do. Ryan's eyes widened. Heeseung, the fake part was only an excuse. I liked you before I ever asked you to be my girlfriend. Ryan, then why didn't you tell me? Heeseung, because you are my best friend's little sister. I was scared that if you did not feel the same way, I would lose both of you. Ryan smiled shyly. Ryan, what if I tell you I like you too? Heeseung's expression immediately softened. Heeseung, then I think I owe my fake girlfriend a real kiss. Ryan laughed quietly. Ryan, you really like using that excuse. Heeseung, only because it works. He gently pulled her closer and kissed her again. This time there was no pretending and no audience. It was slow, sweet, and filled with all the feelings they had been hiding. When they finally pulled apart, Ryan rested her forehead against his. Ryan, so what are we now? Heeseung smiled. Heeseung, real. Ryan, what about my brother? Heeseung's smile disappeared for a second. Heeseung, that's a problem for tomorrow. Ryan laughed and hugged him. Heeseung wrapped his arms around her and kissed the top of her head. For the first time there was no pretending between them. The fake relationship was over, but their real love story had just begun. The next morning, Ryan and Heeseung stood nervously in the living room while her brother stared at them. Brother, so you two are actually dating? Ryan nodded shyly. Ryan, yes. Her brother slowly looked at Heeseung. Brother, my best friend? Seriously? Heeseung, I know it sounds bad. Her brother sighed, then pointed at him. Brother, if you hurt her, our friendship is over. Heeseung immediately nodded. Heeseung, I won't, I promise. Her brother looked at Ryan's happy face and finally smiled. Brother, fine, but I still don't want to see you two kissing in my house. Ryan and Heeseung looked at each other before laughing. Heeseung, we'll try. Brother, Heeseung? Heeseung quickly grabbed Ryan's hand and ran toward the door with her, both laughing as her brother shouted behind them. What started as a simple favor slowly turned into something neither of them expected. Their fake relationship was over, but their real love story was only beginning, filled with solemn smiles, endless teasing, and plenty of kisses they no longer needed an excuse for.